to, I guess, convince me that they're going to be able to pull themselves back into this series, because that was just an incredibly impressive Order team that we seen back on map 1.
Indeed. Well, we'll see what the deal is here. X-Chief's full armor. Down goes Humongous to open his left. In from one comes Valiant with the double. Gump able to drop his teammate in from behind him, but very quickly into a 4 versus 2 here for Order. Picking now a 1 versus 3 as the bomb goes down. Blitz will be the final. Can't get it done there. A little bit of an extended battle with Jira, but all the same. 1-0 for Order. Straight in. They are not pulling any punches at all.
No. Nice shots by Valiant on all these pistol rounds, by the way. I think with the Glock on the previous map as well, he had some nice moments. But not the start that X-Chiefs could wanted or could really afford to have either, I've got to say. As we said, Dust2 is one of those maps where the momentum can really carry. When you're carrying it over from the previous map as well, it definitely doesn't make things any easier. As well, initial damage even going in favor of Order. The scout battle up mid wasn't really necessary for Ricky to take it, but he said screw it, may as well. And has done some pretty good damage on the Blitz. The one man with the scout, everyone else rocking Deagle, so to have your one scout player already tagged up heavily obviously isn't the ideal situation, rather.
Yeah, not good. But, you know, so long as it's in there somewhere, maybe if somebody else retrieves it that's around him, that kind of thing. Either way, a bit of a slow-moving round here from Order. Very slow indeed. Looks like they're going to group up towards long, sending a little bit of a fake-out play from the MAC-10 to just see what's up on the B-bomb site. Nice shot from Soju. Okay. And now Order are a man down and didn't really get the information that perhaps they were after, to be fair. So what's the plan now? They've moved away from long. And what, going to walk out and try and contact B? This is a little risky. Flash out towards middle. Only the one player going to be left there. 3 coming in from tunnels. A lot of this will be heard by Maker. But they're going for it. Flashing out. Touch and go. Easy stuff. Down goes the player in towards middle. And well, they're holding, ready and waiting. Solidly done by the holders in towards that B-bomb site. Nonetheless, they have managed to just about make it across, but it's going to cost them big time. Ricky on the scout can't hold, and Gump with the final double spray to get X-Chiefs the force buy. There you go. Order with a very weird round, and it backfires.
That'll do the job, yeah. Good work. Gump and Soju combined for all of it. And with that, now it's Order who are on pretty much the exact same buy that X-Chiefs were on in the previous round. Scout, Deagle's elsewhere. Even if P250 actually left onto Ricky, he's not able to get a Deagle out. Couldn't quite afford it. And obviously, with a buy like this, it's a little bit harder to make it work on the T side than it is on CT, where you can kind of sit back and wait for them to step into your crosshair rather than actually having to make those plays happen. So it is going to be tough for Order to return. This is a fantastic opportunity for X-Chiefs to start getting some true control for themselves. Ideally, with not dropping many players as well in this round, and then they'd be up against an Eco in the following, would have a chance to again take another clean one, and could kind of just start brushing off that previous map. That's what needs to be done. Well, we're seeing a very slow one from them on the T side so far.
Barely have anything to work with, so I suppose you do have to hope that someone's going to step into your crosshair, but it's not happening as yet. Up towards short they'll go. They've got the one smoke for the rail. I suppose there's no AWP in play, so not necessarily a requirement to have both plus flashes. So we'll see. Humongous ready and waiting with the Molotov. Definitely going to look to split them up. I would imagine as soon as that smoke comes in comes the molly, so not going to get the most amount of time off of that smoke. It's also the deeper trickle smoke, which feels a little weird. I'm going to go for the run boost, though, so I guess they've got plans in and around it. However, Humongous on the MP9 going to be hard to take down. Scout in to help him, and he should be able to find all of these, to be honest with you. Yeah, bit of help from Blitz, but all the same, Humongous holding cleanly. X-Chiefs move up to 2.
As expected off the back of that one, but I guess the same could have been said in the round before and we would have been wrong. So it is a good job either way for X-Chiefs, just ensuring that they don't really let anything slip in that round. As I mentioned, though, really shouldn't struggle at all in this one now. It's pretty much full Glocks. Ricky goes for a P250 once again. That's it. And, well, with a few players charging over towards long, I was going to say I'm not loving their chances with an MP9 waiting on the corner. They actually just get Ustillo out in behind blue. Valiant and Vexite not going to be able to help him out quite yet, and by the time they do finally start coming through, it's actually going to be a nade that pops in and, well, ends the life of at least one. Valiant hangs on for now, but he's not looking too healthy. He's on 23, and again, they don't really have weaponry to do anything with here, so this should be straightforward from this point on. Never mind. Big jinx.
Well, you know, happens, mate, happens. Might be able to get a bomb plant, possibly. They are split because of the Molotov, and they're trying to take fights here, which is a little bit risky. Down he goes from short, all onto big man Rick, and he can't get it done, of course. 3-1. Little awkward for Order. There is, you know, some back and forth randomness in the beginning. The force buy was very strange, and then they just don't have money to really do anything. So we'll see. Rifle round out. This is where we expect things to turn around, but X-Chiefs looking anew, gaining some energy and finding some success early might be enough for them to hold on and at the very least make Dust2 a lot more competitive than new.
And again, the early long control looking to be the goal for Order. They do get one player out. It's just Vexite who's actually looking to challenge. The smokes, though, are obviously keeping these CTs incredibly busy, and it's allowed for Jared to come up through short and take out Gump. Eventually, they do deal with Vexite, but it doesn't even matter that he only gets one kill from it, because again, he's took all of those players away from the bomb site and given Order easy access through short. The bomb's going to go down. They do need to be cautious. There is an op actually on towards long, so you don't want to give away any of those picks. No, sorry, the op's actually on mid. I thought it was in the hands of number 3. That's actually Soju back towards long, and well, he's beginning to push through right now, being held by Jira though, and has lost his teammate in the background. And you can see already Blitz has decided on the save, but I think Soju's so committed that he's just got to give this a go, and well, he's only good for the one before eventually falling. So that's going to be a second round added for Order, and well, it's kind of a good thing actually that Blitz is backed away. A little bit of extra damage at least being done by Soju, and everyone else can buy other than Blitz. So as long as this op is saved, then their buy is fine in the next round.
Indeed, what you'd assume. Looks like he should be good. Valiance is about, but not really close enough. So, X-Chiefs falling pretty quickly then when the rifles come in. Order just quickly, not messing about. Brute forcing their way into that A-bomb site. Great play towards long. You know, like you said, it was only the one kill that comes in from Vexite, but it's the timing on it to keep them distracted, and the info, I think, is massive, right? He spots another couple of players down there, so they know exactly what they're expecting on the Order side of things. We'll see here, quick towards short, cleanly done. Can sometimes be a little bit messy, even for the best of the best. So Blitz with this AWP, see what impact he can have.
That's what he's hoping for anyway. Pushed up on short, waiting for that peak to come through and lower, and it finally does. Vexite falls, and despite the attempt to at least have a player ready for a follow-up in case that peak was in, Jira unfortunately is not really able to do anything about it. Instead, pushing in through mid, pressuring a bit, seeing if they can pull things back. Haven't heard steps around that area as well, but no opportunities really need to be given over by X-Chiefs. They're happy to fall back off at this point, play from those bomb sites, take the long control even in the case of over on A, and allow for Order to kind of stew in the pressure that they're currently feeling. Well, I think they do want to commit it through mid. For a second I was thinking maybe they were thinking about heading back, but I don't think that's going to be the case. Quick B split rather going to be coming through, and well, you've got two players on the bomb site. Unfortunately though, very few nades, so they need to hit shots.
Soju indeed, there you go, doing so. Now down to just 2. You still will find the first here for the T side. Ricky's in towards short. Blitz is watching it though, will take him down, and at the same time, Mako finds the kill over on B. So Order able to get the first rifle, but it is definitely looking a little bit more competitive here as they are immediately shut back down by X-Chiefs, and with no bomb plant, no chance at a buy here. So maybe a few upgraded pistols, but we shouldn't expect too much. Yeah, well, hopefully no one was expecting too much, because you aren't getting it. As you said,
Some digs, a scout, and a P250. Similar to what we've seen come through on the force buys, but with less armor behind it, really. Since they're more so banking on being able to turn things around on the following gun round instead. Well, early on, all 5 players around these tunnels. I don't think it's going to signal a quick B commitment by any means. Instead, most of them moving in through lower. And well, it's worked out for a pretty solid kill, rather. It was a decent initial pickup. Getting to the weapon, I think, is going to be a bit of a challenge. Humongous was trying to stop them from crossing from the doors. There's no one on short itself. But I think they've kind of abandoned the hopes of that rifle. Oh!
Ridiculous. Opens up the B-bomb site. Soju got to hold strong. Good for the double. Oh, how is he getting away with this? I thought he'd be down after 2. You still trade him out, but Jerry, I guess, you know, scout out up close is not the best weapon. Smoke at the doors also fails, by the way. You still get the bomb down at the very least and narrowly surviving. Let's see what he can get done now. He's got an AK in hand, trying to find the crack angle. Not going to come for him. Where's his second player at? That's what he's after. He confirms it. Nearly the double spray down, but not going to happen for him. Will survive it. Gun interrupting me there with the BM spray. Nonetheless, 5-2 in favor of the ex-Chiefs.
Yeah, this is a much, much better showing so far than what we got in the previous map. Already beating out the score that they managed to achieve on that previous one of, I believe it was 4 in the end. So it's definitely a better time for boys on ex-Chiefs, but they need to keep it up. There's still time for Order to turn things around, especially with the fact that they have been keeping these rounds pretty tightly contested, so it's not like the economy is really bolstered for ex-Chiefs. They do need to ensure that they don't lose a round, otherwise they'd be forced pretty much straight down onto a double eco in the case of a couple of players. So we'll see what they can manage to make work now coming into this one on the Order side of things, especially with Ricky back on the op. There's nothing really lacking in that buy, so no excuses really. They're looking their favored early moments, at least, over towards B.
Just don't know that the B site is going to work for them. They're going for it again, but they're just getting mowed down. They're not baboons, you know, like they can hold the B bomb site when you run through smokes, guys. I think just getting a little bit cocky due to the scoreline of that first map. And now with 3 remaining, they are once again sent back to square one to try and figure it out. Probably try and hit the A-bomb site here while Ricky sticks around lurking on B. And there's a chance on this contact. Nope, Blitz has got his number. And now just Valiant and Vexite ready to take A.
Well, it's going to be a slow one here. Problem for Order is if they actually do want to move for this crossing over is going to be a very difficult time. I'm thinking they might even just save this in the pit or whatever now. Could be worth considering. I don't think they want to cross to the pit in case someone's watching from the bomb site, so they'll just save it around long here itself. So yeah, they'll at least manage to carry over these 2 AKs, but obviously that's going to mismatch the economy a small bit. Maybe some pistols will be pulled out elsewhere, but then you'll have Valiants at least being in a bit of a troublesome spot going into the following gun round. Vexite is a bit more money, so I think he should get away with it. They do have the loss bonus beginning to build up, but yeah, there's not too much that can be put around this. A few P250s again, I'd imagine. No, okay, they're actually going to just buy, I think. I'm surprised by this decision. Again, I mean, they've kept it relatively competitive, but that previous round did finally build up a bit of money for ex-Chiefs. So 1 round isn't even really going to completely break them.
Yeah, it's not bad, all things considered. So you do need to maybe think about like evening that economy, as I talk about from time to time. They're out towards short pretty quickly, though. They've been going for these fast cats quite regularly. Great flash comes in. Humongous is somewhat trapped here, trying to slowly but surely make his way out of there, and he will do so before the nades even land. So not able to find anything, but also not going down. Can't really complain. Ex-Chiefs now starting to posture towards long themselves, and Order. No B play this time. Very cool. I like that.
Yeah, grouping up on short. Not too surprising. It is Dust2. You were saying it can be similar at times to Vertigo, obviously, when we were in the previous series, because we had a Dust2 following a Vertigo, and yeah, it can be. A lot of the time you'll see teams head over towards that short control. It won't be challenged as much as maybe the ramp on a Vertigo would be, but I guess it's a pretty similar idea. And right now, there's no one actually really in position to hold this one out. There's a player down in the spawn who's trying to catch them rather as they drop, but he's unfortunately not able to make that work. And well, as his teammate falls as well, I was going to say Gump on Long is forced to just go ahead and concede the control. Ideally wanted to stay alive, but they end up actually pushing down and forcing the issue against them. And suddenly you have a 5-on-2 in favor of Order. Already it's been given up by X-Chiefs. They're backing off. And well, that's going to be a nice way for them to get themselves back on the board, I suppose. I was doubting the buy, but they proved me wrong.
Yeah. I think, like, they should have the leg up. They should have the map here on the T side. They just made life a bit difficult for themselves. Obviously, losing the force buy is not great. That gets you to a 3-1 when everything's said and done. And then they've just tried to go B a bit too much, you know? So stick to A, stick to the simple stuff, like you say. Long control if you get good spawns. And then work your way in through short off the back of the execute. They've got strong enough individuals that they should just be able to team play it out, play off of the trades. And you should be all good. So we'll see if they continue with that or if they decide to try B again. You know, it definitely felt a little bit stubborn in some of those earlier rounds, but starting to figure it out maybe. We'll see, we'll see. X-Chief's still going to have the buy available. Of course, into the next round is where it becomes problematic. Even with the saves, to be fair, it's only Soju that's got money. Blitz, kinda. Order, though, looking to keep things going. Will be the long control coming in. Couple of flashes over the top here to send in the Vanguard. No action as yet, despite there being 6 players in and around here. Humongous will eventually get one. 5-on-4. Not really able to answer back. Jury also getting tagged down low. Vexite gonna find Maker, though, and Gump got to be careful, gets aggressive. It was a little dangerous, but he will manage to come away with a frag. Sticking around, though, and Jury trades him out. Vexite, meanwhile, finds another player on B, doing everything by himself here to pull it into a 3 versus 2. Split CT players, and I do feel this is a time where you say, not a chance, unless big man Humongous. Can he pop off? Nope.
No, only the bit of damage, unfortunately. Did bring Ricky low. Sadly, if he could have at least got the 1 kill, then maybe he could have given a bit of hope to Blitz to give it a go on the retake, but I don't think it's going to be worthwhile now. Even the 2-on-3 was hard to justify. So the op will be carried over, and well, we're going to be waiting a while, Scriv, because the bomb's only just now going down. But Order, slowly but surely, are beginning to kind of crawl their way back into this. Obviously, though, being on the T side, I think they want to try and take this up a notch. Even would be aiming towards 7 or 8 rounds to feel kind of decent, especially with how the half started. Really, A+, I think, is where X-Chiefs want to be at the halftime at least. So they'll need to add a couple of more, but there's definitely time for that. Here we go. Vexite might even be able to take that up away. Footsteps being heard. Ricky not actually going to be coming up mid, so if he gets that 1 kill, he will be safe to go ahead and just secure it in the next round. That's exactly how it plays out. And again, I mean, neither team ever really managed to live with too many players alive, so there's not going to be too much money left over in the reserve for Order either.
Well, time will tell moving forward. X-Chiefs not going to go in with anything too deep or too crazy, so just a few pistols here. Blitz, of course, on the AWP. They're going to try and facilitate him, but the tag through the smoke and the door, I think, comes through for Ricky. However, they are losing a player here towards short. Maybe a couple if they're not careful. Flasher's going to follow up, so got to be very cautious of how they approach this. Eagle comes close, not quite going to find it. Nice jump up on towards Suicide, as he will take down another, and it looks good. The action towards middle is actually working out here for Order. It's into this next rifle buy for X-Chiefs, right? That's where it all hangs in the balance. Nice tags. Ricky is having a field day this round.
Oh, they actually are at least getting themselves into position on time, but Gump tried to push through tunnel and unfortunately realizes just as they were moving through that he was on the right side of the map, and well, yeah, with that, they're not going to be able to carry over any of the weapons. I think that might have been the initial goal there. I think Maker just wanted to carry over that rifle. Unfortunately, ended up on the site as the push came through. But a 6-5 scoreline, it's closing in a bit. Order have definitely taken back some of that control that looked so good for X-Chiefs as well in those initial moments. So it's getting a little bit worrisome now for the boys here on the CT side. But if they can kind of just pick things up where they left off now, if they can get, as I said, even just 2 more rounds here on the CT side, then it's not going to be a bad half at least for them. But again, being down by a map as well, it doesn't make things easy, but fairly long control. I do believe a smoke on the corner there stopped the actual fight from coming through. Didn't get to catch the actual exchanges. But either way, the long control is going to be taken by Order and conceded by X-Chiefs, who should with that now begin to move in for the short control. Can't afford to give up both.
Yeah, maybe a little bit too simple out of long here. Vexite will hold for rotations, and then the rest of them will push up long. So, X-Chiefs really going to have to hold well, these 2 players from short, or retake well. It looks like the former. There's the nice little setup smoke, of course, from Blitz, holding the crack as well. They're taking their time on the Order side. They're waiting for Vexite to chime in. Takes down Soju. Now the push coming in, but they are slow. Not rushing. Got plenty of time. Double pump on the utility. Going to force Gump out of position as well. He does smoke down, but going to get spam. Nade to follow up, right? Will not be in a healthy position as the bomb goes down, and they are vehemently trying to hunt this guy on the backside, by the way. Dedicated 3 players to that. Fluff smoke on the A-bomb site, but that's all good. Nobody saw apart from us. Gump will find one on the edge of this smoke. Humongous taking out Vexite, and Gump gets another. This is onto Yastillo and Ricky. What a weird round this is. As Yastillo drops Gump, the remaining 2 players are pretty far away from the action with no kits, right? You don't think this looks good. Yastillo on the headshot angle as well, looking pretty solid. Humongous not ready for Ricky because they've got no info and there's no time. Blitz will save. Order have even things back to a 6-6. That's probably the weirdest round, or at the very least, the weirdest response I think I've seen from a team. It's like, okay, there's this guy lurking, and it's like, right, everybody after him, you know. They just like abandoned A, left Gump out to dry to try and chase Vexite.
And he's still done a good job, to be honest, getting 2 kills from Gandalf. Probably shouldn't have got away with that, but yeah, in the end, it was just a strange choice to move him for the retake. By the time he peeked in towards long and died to Ricky, there was not enough time on the bomb to get the defuse in without the kit. So it didn't really make much sense to stick around. Could have had a little bit extra to work with here in this round, but instead, it is going to be just a one-up, some deagles, and well, an opportunity for Order to snatch a lead in their own favor. It's been something that they've been struggling to find so far here on Dust2. And I think would be a little bit demoralizing for X-Chiefs as well, considering the start that they had here on the map. Patience, though, for Blitz. Will it pay off? No, because he leaves just as I say that.
Unlucky.
Just get the kill elsewhere, though, so maybe he made the right decision. He is the pro after all. Nice support from these nades, though, onto the bomb site, and this is actually getting really dangerous for Order. This flank from Humongous, it depends when he decides to pounce on this, because, well, there is still a player holding it, but obviously now his teammates are beginning to struggle on the bomb site. Blitz on the op is good for a second kill, and, well, you still have Gump tucked in towards Gandalf, but the flank's actually being won out by Humongous. That should be a weapon now to pick up, and a lot of danger for the player who's got to push into the CT spawn. He's actually got his way on towards the bomb site, never mind, but as I said, they wouldn't expect Gump still tucked in the corner as he catches him off guard from Gandalf, and it wasn't any sort of magic right there. A fairly standard shot needing to be connected, and, well, I didn't catch the headshot on the Yastillo, but probably crisp considering it was on the AWP. X-Chiefs, they steal away the 7th round for themselves, managed to take back the lead, deny it going the way of Order, and if they get this one, 9 should be on the table.
Somewhat of a sad time, I think, for X-Chiefs, though. You know, they really did start off strong, and I think, like you said, they wanted a bit more of a dominating half. It's still there. There's still potential for it, I guess. Blitz going to take a lot of damage, I think, from an early tag. Maybe the big man, Ricky. Meanwhile, Gunpow towards long wins the fight. Getting aggressive, in fact. So very risky, but he wins the fight against Valiance. And that's the 5-on-4 that X-Chiefs were looking for. Meanwhile, pushing towards B here. Not going to see any action from it as Maker stops. Over on towards A, though. The short hit is coming in. Jira able to find one. Vexite totally blind as he will unfortunately get taken down, as does Jiri. Looking good here for Humongous. Can he get them all? I mean, a missed shot from Ricky might say yes. Meanwhile, Yastillo, B bomb site. Ah, and then he's denied away. So, sad times. Without the bomb plant, like you say, the 9th round not looking too far off for X-Chiefs. 8 definitely looking good here. So, impressive stuff in the turnaround of map number 2.
Oh, this is going to suck for Ricky. No way he'll be able to get away with both of them as they push through. And indeed, no, Gump is ready for the trade. I don't understand the auto-director, though. Obviously, we mentioned it earlier, we were having some issues. The server was somehow being caused to crash by having an observer. So, believe it or not, this is the better of the two options. But auto-director's like, oh, there's a kill about to happen here? Bam, we're going to the other side of the map, baby. Gotcha. Had you in the first half. That's literally what it's done.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Mine's been weird since we lost the observer, so I'm kind of doing a bit of both myself, you know what I'm saying? Always fun to get a bit of observing going. Nowhere near as good as the guys that usually do it, but it's cool. It's cool, you know, keeps me up with the action.
Yeah, it can get a bit rough while trying to commentate as well, though.
Yes.
I'm just trying to stomach the auto-director.
Fair enough, mate. You know, better you than me, really. Jerry gonna find the first. Shaping up well in towards middle then. And, of course, creeping through. Blitz can't find anyone underneath the smoke on Xbox, or rather on the hinge. Either way, 5-on-4 for order. Very slow into the round. I think they just caught that player getting aggressive. And they might catch another one. However, Gump, smart guy, knows there a man down. He's not going to keep on going. Just going to hold into Longhouse. So it's more of an info play for X-Chiefs into the final 50 seconds.
Yeah, kind of somewhat necessary considering the player they lost early on. But now there's only 40 seconds left, and it's getting to a position where it's more so order that are beginning to feel the pressure to hurry up and commit to one of these bomb sites. And the problem is, having sat around on mid for a while, they do end up getting flanked out. Up in the back of the platform on B as well. Actually will be dropped by Ustillo, but that's just the fake. That was hoping really to pull some players away from the A-bomb site, and it's pulled all of them. Again, a single lurker has managed to take the attention of the entire team and given up the A-bomb site in the meantime. The question is now, can Order hang on to the afterplant? Because they haven't got the greatest of weaponry, but they've taken good control to back up what they do have.
Yeah, we'll see. Valiance able to take out Blitz. Looking good here. Valiance, however, will be found eventually. 1 versus 3 for Soju. Does have a kit. Bomb's pretty far ticked, though. And they're just stacked on top of each other, you know what I mean? Jiri take first face. Vexite take second. Easy peasy. They'll peek in as the nade comes out, though. Down he goes. It will be the 8-7 finish at the turn of the half. Of course, Order not quite as one-sided, but they are looking good moving into the CT side. We will catch you after the break to see how this one concludes.
Before we get old, in front of you, I look into your eyes and I know you hesitate, you don't know if it's fake or true. I'll be blue for you, I don't think that I should. No more regrets, I'm gonna do my best. Blue for you, I don't think that I should. No more
Toda mi gente baila la cumbia. I need somebody to put it on me. Muévelo suave con tu cintura. Mueve. I like to party, ni la aventura. Get up. We don't need to get no sleep. Move your body to the beat.
All right, welcome back in, folks. We're here for half number 2 to see whether Order can get it done in 2. Ex-Chiefs looking on this T side to deny that away, of course. Pretty good run in the early rounds there in half number 1, but keeping it going, always tough. And it is generally, although Dust2 can lean towards that T side, it is generally a T side where things fall apart on a map that you're a little weaker at. So we'll see, he says, and Gump charging in to find the first. Sending a bit of a message. They've got to rotate across quickly, but even then, do they want to commit?
Not looking like they're going straight up, although as I say that, we do swap over and see that they were setting up the smokes, and that's why they had slowed it down for a couple of seconds. So yeah, it is indeed going to be the straight up A hit, but you can see it push even through the smoke coming through. That is ballsy from Vexai. Somehow gets away with 2 of the kills before being taken down. And well, with that, now we have a 3-on-3 in play. Obviously, the bomb is still yet to go down for the T side, so they do have to struggle with getting onto the bomb site itself, and they're being picked apart right now. Order with headshots across the board. The USPs reign supreme, and now it's all on Humongous, and well, he has a humongous task ahead of him as he gets pushed up on and has no idea. It's Jira who creeps up the ramp, and there we go. Order, they tie us up at 8-8 now. Potentially a force buy to come in. I mean, obviously they can take the 1 eco and just come straight in with the rifles in the next round, so it's not a necessity. I was thinking that might have been what they aimed for considering the scoreline, but no, they're just going to come straight in for it.
All right, let's see how Ex-Chiefs bounce back after losing the pistol and getting wrecked by Ricky. All right, well, there you go. That's how they bounce back. Blitz also gonna chime in with one of his own. Nonetheless, Vexite covering it. The chat going a bit funny in-game at the moment. Vexite with a double looking set to fend off against his force buy.
Yeah, Gumpit Ricky with a nice shot. God damn. That's how we put it. D-A-Y-U-M.
Exactly like that, yeah.
You needed the extra letters in there to emphasize how damn crisp that shot was, I suppose. But yeah, they have a little bit of a chance here. I mean, 2-on-4. I don't love their opportunities, but if they can trade out even 2-on-1 here for on towards B and just get a bomb plant, that would be absolutely massive. But it's not looking like it's going to happen. Although Blitz has got himself 1 headshot on the scout. Okay, never mind. I went ahead and jinxed it. 1 player towards mid that he peeks on, not going to land it on the head. But he wants to fight as he looks to just actively take this 1-on-2. He can smell the win right now as his nose somehow picks up those scents. But it was wrong, apparently.
Yeah.
What's a win smell like, actually?
I don't know, mate. I think the closest answer is probably napalm. If anyone out there gets that reference, but yeah.
I didn't. I don't know. It seems like it might be pretty dark.
It's from Apocalypse Now, which is a Vietnam
Mel
movie.
Gibson movie, right?
Pretty good. No.
Who's in that?
Apocalypto is the Mel Gibson one.
Oh,
That's
yes.
I
messed it up.
like Marlon Brando and Martin Sheen. You know Charlie Sheen, his dad.
Oh, his dad, yeah. I know him from Red Dawn, wasn't it?
Yeah.
The original.
I think so. Yeah. So, yeah, give can't do words, mate. Apocalypse Now a watch.
I'll throw it on the list.
If you haven't, yeah. That goes to anyone out there. It's a class movie, mate. It's one of those sort of objectively good. It's a bit long. So if you're not into, if you want something a bit fun to watch, then maybe not. But it's a good piece of art. It's one of those little bit.
If you're into like filmmaking and that sort of stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know if it'd necessarily be my thing, like filmmaking and all, but I'm sure I could still enjoy it. So I'll definitely give it a check for sure. Been looking for some more stuff to watch as of recent, but ex-Chiefs, I think they'll just be watching themselves suffer some defeat in this round anyway. All of their focus pretty much going to be on this next one when they can get those guns out. The problem being though, of course, Order are going to have double digits at that point, and they're already up by a map as well. So they are on track at the moment for that 2-0, unless ex-Chiefs can get back into their winning ways off the back of this upcoming gun round. And while there's a decent shot by Maker, maybe 1 or 2 more kills here to at least make it a costly one. And, well, there you go. Gump joins in on the Glock as well. Not too bad, considering how it was looking.
You know, he was really hoping for that push to come into Longhouse. He'd been up on that boost pretty much the entire round. But, alas, he was not. So, still got his kill, though, I suppose. So, it's not the end of the world. And, yeah, like you say, a little bit of damage, always nice. Keep the economy modest. That's one that he used to say back in the day. So, definitely adds into this, I think. Order trying to go for the long control, and it will indeed be contested, but just by the one-player Maker. Easy pickup with the amount of utility that the Order boys have dedicated to this long hit. Look how much they've got left, or rather, how much they don't have left. So, we'll see whether they can hold on. Yeah, they certainly can. Vexite with the triple. Okay, sir. No utility needed as he gets himself 3 kills out of nowhere. All going to be down to Gump here. 1 versus 4 on 1 HP. Looks like Order are straight back to the regularly scheduled programming that we had all throughout Nuke. As they're looking very, very dominant here, aren't they?
Yeah, it didn't start off too well for them with the nades, as you pointed out on long. The mollies going down. It was covered in pretty much napalm at that stage, I guess, if we're going back to what we were talking about before. But yeah, it didn't get much better when they were challenged on tunnels by Vexai, who has been popping off on this game so far. I didn't actually realize he was up there by quite a decent margin. 21 kills, followed by 15 then by his closest teammate, and then you've got a couple of them on 10. So it's a fairly top-heavy scoreboard for Order. I don't think they'll be displeased with the order of the frags as long as it works out for the win. That's that nade. Doesn't do too much on Gump. Will take a second one, unfortunately, so I slightly jinxed it. I wonder if when if he plays Anchor B Mirage and plays in Forest, be the perfect position for him.
Could be. Could be. Not a bad one.
They went heavy on nades here. Looking like the A execute, probably to drop in the spawn. With full deagles, though, that's interesting. Maybe they'll just stick to short.
The bomb, though, right? Okay, so the bomb's moving up towards short. I was going to say that's kind of the tell-all as to whether they drop or not. They might drop 1 to cut off some rotations, but the actual hit itself, yeah, I think will just be straight up on towards A. Nobody dropped in fact, Dean, so sorry about that. We were looking forward to it. Eventually, the one-tap for Yustillo comes in. Fending off pretty well. Yustillo looking nice and crisp with the tracking here. Blitz does manage to find 1, but I think that will be all she wrote. It is indeed just the 1 kill coming in. So 12-8. Order looking good, even against the anti-half-buy rounds and whatnot, which can be a little loose and a little bit crazy to deal with. So they seem to be on it here when they've switched across to the CT side. Flick that switch and looking good.
Nice shots by Yustillo, looking very crisp. I think this is probably a bad time to bring it up. At that exact moment, though, I had flashbacks of him whiffing a horrible USB clip on Mirage at one point. I don't know if you remember that one from under balcony.
Yeah, it was a little nasty.
We'll say that was his makeup round for now, years later. Years and years later. What was it? Half a decade later. Like, that's actually how long ago that was. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, I know, right? Tell me about it.
Oh my god.
Was Sponge,
Even more.
I think, was Sponge playing, or is it just as he'd
Sponge
left?
was even playing at that point. It was Sponge, Yam, Yustillo, Azur, and JKS. So.
I think that was it. I think he saw that, and he was like, I'm retired, I'm out.
Gump, though, he's been taken out early on, and at least on the previous map and throughout the first half of this one, he's been pretty impactful for X-Chief, so that's not a good player to be losing. And, well, the numbers just continue to diminish. They've been picked apart. Soju's barely left standing as well.
Yeah, and now he's the only one left. Yeah, see it. And the touchdown nade to take him down. Order just absolute masterclass at the moment at the CT side. As we've kind of touched on, their individuals are very, very impressive. Maybe taking a little bit of time to come alive. I think they were slow to start in this game. And now moving into this second half, the brick wall, as it were, the brick wall effect, particularly on Dust2, is very hard for X-Chiefs to break apart.
Yeah, it's always been said about Dust2. Once a team really gets going with momentum, it can be hard to get back into it yourself, just because there's not a lot of different strategies to try out here on this T side. You can swap it up a little bit. You can't get super in depth, and well, you can see the attempt here, I guess, to swap things up was just a charge out mid. Didn't start off all that well, as they suffered 2 casualties before the trade eventually came in, and even then they could lose that mid lurker. So it's all onto Blitz and Humongous. It's not the full investment, of course. They are just trying to at least get a bomb plant out of this, which should be successful at this stage. I don't think really you're going to see Order pushing through and risking the round just to stop the bomb plant. But it could still get dangerous. Hang on, no one's watching the window. Humongous peeks in here in the reload, and well, suddenly you've got a 2-on-3. And with the choke points being having all 3 of these players basically pushing up towards them, this is going to get dangerous. And again, the peek comes in. What is happening to Order?
Guys! What is going on? What has just happened, man? They just walk into Deagle Crossfire like...
I don't know.
Do they not know where they're getting shot from or something?
I don't think they knew that. I don't think they were certain that both players were on B. Because at one point when that player started reloading, he turned around and started looking back towards mid, for example. And yeah, I don't know. That was just all around strange. My point that I was trying to make at one point when I stumbled on my words, because I'm getting pretty tired, my brain's melting. I was trying to say all of them were moving in together through those choke points up against the pistols, rather than separating out. They had plenty of time if they wanted to go back around and send at least 1, maybe 2 in through tunnels. So it was an interesting choice to also not really try and create the fights together, and rather just keep on holding and getting pre-fired by Deagle. It was nice shots. I'm not going to take anything away from X-Chiefs. Fantastic work from the boys in that 2-on-4. We just gotta say Order gave over a couple of opportunities, and well, maybe a chance back into the game even at this stage for X-Chiefs.
Maybe. Might be a little far off. We'll see as the B hit comes in. Valiant's looking good for the first. Return flashes as he gets himself the double off the back of it. Him and Vexite holding down perfectly. And once the rifles are in play, they know what they're doing, Dean. Vexite with the triple, and Valiant's... No, sorry, other way around. Vexite with the double, Valiant's with the triple. Similar-ish names, right? So bear with me. But nonetheless, the 2 of them hold down B. They don't need no assistance. And X-Chiefs, yeah, straight back to it, unfortunately. Order will be up to 14.
Yeah, strong, independent men. Got that B on luck. 14-9. I mean, it's unfortunate. X-Chiefs, after getting such a fantastic kind of win off of the 2-on-4, you would hope it'd light a fire underneath the team, but with the form the Order is being on, it's just so difficult to consistently put these rounds together, as you can see. And well, we're getting some early long control coming out. Ustillo actually only able to find themselves the 1, and suddenly Jira's now caught up around this smoke. So this is going to be an incredibly difficult position for him to come out on top from, but he may just manage it, as the second kill, he just falls a tiny bit short. That is very unfortunate, and then Ricky goes wide from the car. I think because the molly was coming over, to be fair. Even now Valiant's alone, but he wants to swing. You can see kind of the confidence behind Order, but in that position right there, it did actually end up costing them a small bit, just because they were feeling so good and going for all of those peaks. Yeah,
you do need to be a little bit careful here, right? When you're at 14, especially when you're so far up, it can maybe be a bit deceiving that you're like, yo, the hard work's done, guys. Nice, you know, good job. Won the game. So you just need to be careful not to get too ahead of yourself, right? And I would imagine a team of this caliber with some great experience in here, Ustillo and Ricky, I'm sure they'll be able to be like, okay, just relax it, guys, and go back to what we know, which is Vexite on this secondary AWP finding the opener. Wonderful stuff around the smoke as Order looks set for number 15.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to count out X-Chiefs in the 4-on-5, but certainly not a great start into the round. Order propping themselves up, and they kind of needed that considering they have very few nades. They've also got Ricky stuck onto the glass cannon up as well, unfortunately. But it's looking like X-Chiefs, now that they've been left in the 4-on-5, have called for just to just group up on short and bring this on towards A. Kind of similar, I guess, to what you'd see on Inferno, where a lot of the times a team left in a 4-on-5 will just bring that straight over towards B through Banana. Instead, it's on towards A right now that X-Chiefs have been favored over and over again. And, well, a good entry from Soju. Still need to deal with a player who's playing around that smoke on the bomb site. And while he is only able to get 1 kill, that's good enough to keep them busy and to allow Ustillo as well to swing in from long and put the advantage back in favor of Order. But we've already seen them struggle a little bit on these retakes.
Yeah, very true. Humongous going to be the first port of call, though. Flash comes over the top. He will not be blind, but goes for the reface and goes back into 3. The first was risky. The second was absolutely suicidal. Gump to hold. Can't get it done. An order will hit Matt, Series, and, of course, DreamHack Point, as it would be one of the final ones, it looks like. I don't know if you've seen in between our breaks and whatnot here, folks, the information, but it's been screwed out by the looks of things. They're going to change the name on it at the very least.
Oh, I did not see this, no.
Yeah. They've changed, like, the Pro Tour stuff again, so it looks like DreamHack
Oh, yeah.
is, in terms of the DreamHack Opens being, like, hung up a little bit, might see the odd Masters, but they're you know, just same kind of thing, it feels like. I think they're called the SL Challengers now, but just not going to have the DreamHack name on it.
But that's interesting, I suppose. I mean, all the more to play for here, I suppose, in that case, then. Get yourself into one of those DreamHack events, which are going to be a little bit more scarce now, apparently. More of a rarity. Humongous, though, up on short here, is going to have an up pushing in his direction. A bit quicker on moving for the short control. Definitely a swap up from X-Chiefs. I don't think it's going to be expected by Order either. As Valiance chooses the right time there to back away from mid just as they start pushing through. It's a bit of a slower one, and it's not necessarily by choice, I don't think, by X-Chiefs. They're trying to find some early control, some early challenges, a duel to try and win out and put some sort of advantage in favor of themselves. But Order are playing things pretty safely right now. They just want to ensure that they can go ahead and close this out before things really do begin to get dangerous. And a reminder, it's also pretty late for these guys, so they probably want to get to bed.
Ricky could find a little something if he keeps going through, but not going to do so. Might just come to him. Trickle smokes. Now would be the time, but as they bloom, where go? Yeah, misses the quick scope up close, and now he'll die. Jury will, however, manage to get the double in towards long. Humongous has taken out Ustillo, so they've got control of the site and potential to plant in a pretty open spot as well, by the looks of things. Still, though, the 3 versus 3 retake, which they have looked a little dodgy at times, going to come through from Order. We'll see here. Jiri out towards long, goes down early. Valiance and Vexite to get it done.
I'd be surprised if they go in for this, to be honest. Apparently Valiance is going to, and well, now all they've got is the 1 AK to save over. So Vexite, I think, just wants to give it a go. He's gonna go for it rather and see what he can do. He's already got the 1 kill, but there's just no need for Maker to peek in. Humongous is even gonna wrap around on long. I believe it's actually planted for long, so I'm not too sure how great it can be seen from Gandalf currently. Maker goes down. It's the up now. If there was a smoke, it would have been perfect, and there is a smoke on it, but he must have slightly missed the bomb. That is so unfortunate. If he had got it on the right position, my guess is here the player who came out of Gandalf being Maker probably shot a couple bullets at him. He panic dropped the smoke while trying to initially line it up on the bomb. So maybe if you had like half an extra second to get that smoke down, we could have seen things ending differently there. But instead, X-Chiefs are going to keep themselves in this with only 4 rounds needed to get us to an overtime. That is very achievable.
Oh. Yeah, definitely not out of the question, though. I was curious to see what the action towards middle was going to come to, but not an awful lot of anything there. Stacking out towards the A side, which, unfortunately, is going to be the wrong choice. It's a contact play from X-Chiefs in towards B. We'll have a little bit of presence here from Ricky. He needs to be careful with these double doors. He could get overwhelmed himself, to be fair. In it comes. They will be smoked off. And, I don't know. The round's probably over from here, so you might as well just save what you have into the next and give it a go there. To be honest with you, X-Chiefs easily up to 12.
Yeah, I mean, there's 0 chance they're retaking B, so I don't think they'd be throwing away those M4s for no reason. Same with everything else, considering they have fully invested. I mean, this is rough. There's not going to be a lot to work with, so obviously they will just probably stick with what they've got now into the next round, basically work that one as an eco. It'll be 13 then on the board for X-Chiefs before they get the guns again, and if that doesn't work, then they're not really going to have another proper gun round. So 1 real gun round, that's all we're getting is a scriv. I'm feeling more overtimes, I'm not going to lie. I can really see it happening at this stage. It seems like X-Chiefs, they're coming alive a little bit. And while they will at least save these weapons, the Order side of things. Ricky went down early with the scout, so I was a little bit worried that maybe the hunt would continue, but with 3 players tagged up on X-Chiefs, they didn't really want to throw anything away.
Well, we'll have to see. A little stressful, isn't it? Little stressful. Ricky on the usp. Gonna be a bit weird, but they smoke off towards door, the deep smoke as well, so let's see what the game plan is here. Are they gonna push in, or is he just playing flashes? Looks like they're double stacked on towards car, trying to read into this round, and it might be the correct read. There is presence in and around middle, but he's gone towards lower tunnels now, so Ricky maybe doesn't need to be as careful. Yeah, in comes the contact. Flash goes through. Flash towards middle as well. The peek in from the B players looking pretty solid. There's a team kill in there. Uh-oh. 4 versus 3 in favor of Order. Distillo still ready and waiting on the M4. Are they going to decide to back away? What's the game plan? Meanwhile, Valiant has crept in towards lower tunnels. There's a player behind him in the form of Gump. He's going to hear the flash come through, and Valiant don't fluff it up. Oh, he does ever so slightly, and that brings it back into a much more doable 3-on-3. Now 3-on-2, and there's no one on A. Just need the support to come in. They're trying to pick up the pieces over towards B, which Distillo will do so, sorry, as he takes one down, but straight into them, expecting them to be rushing out towards A. Not the case, and X-Chiefs close, but Gump bails them out with that kill onto the Deagle player.
It's a bit wild there, even on the tunnel to push. I thought it was going to be shut down. Bustillo just went mad, jumping through with a knife and somehow managed to catch the player, but in the end, obviously, not quite enough. X-Chiefs up to 13. This is the buy from Order, and if this is the buy they're getting, I would have preferred they took one eco again. Maybe just went some pistols and Kevlar even, because this is pretty dreadful. They've got a FAMAS in there, M4s elsewhere, no helmets, which obviously doesn't really matter, the helmets, but it's just to point out that they really don't have the money. And they need this win, this round here, desperately if they want to be ending this in regulation. They do have a couple players actually challenging on long. I was going to say one in behind blue that they could potentially push on. And while they do manage to actually get that kill as he tries to escape, and in the meantime, a player had crept out mid into the CT spawn. What is going on? X-Chiefs are just dying all over the map.
I am very confused. We also still have a player hard posted on B in the form of Vexite, maybe for that. Bomb's going to go down. Just a one player on the site, though, and Maker's miles away. Oh, God. He'll actually win that fight, but surely the 10-second hold just need a little bit of cover in from Vexite. Not an awful lot. The hold down to 3 seconds. Maker can do nothing. Order will win the series. What a weird way to do it in the 2-0. I am mind blown, to be honest with you. Nonetheless, we'll be back in a little while after the break to go over what the hell has just happened on Dust2.